The Chinese government plans to ease social distancing restrictions in major cities next month, and it can't come soon enough, with the lockdowns, including in places like Shanghai, causing a major economic slump. Government data show the world's second largest economy is on track for a contraction in the second quarter as it deals with its worst COVID-19 wave since the beginning of the pandemic. Now, retail sales fell more than 11% in April, in the sharpest contraction since March of 2020, as the government locked down tens of millions of people in their homes. Factory closures and labor shortages also resulted in a bigger than expected drop in industrial production of almost 3%. And as parts of the Chinese economy ground to a halt, nationwide unemployment rose to more than 6%, the highest rate since early 2020. But officials in Beijing remain optimistic of a recovery.
Generally speaking, the pandemic will not change the stability of the Chinese economy, nor will it change its fundamentals and underlying potential. With the support of various policies, the national economy will stabilize and recover.
Now, for more on the story, let's go to Guido Cozzi. He's a macroeconomics professor at the University of St. Gallen in Switzerland. Welcome back to the program, Professor Cozzi. Now, we know the Chinese economy heavily integrated with the rest of the global economy. A lot of countries count China as their biggest trading partner. So how would a slowdown there affect global economic prospects?
Well, the slowdown is already affecting the global economic prospects, especially on the supply side, because China is the manufacturing hub for many of the components that we need. And also take, for example, the German automobile industry, which is being severely affected, but also our exporters, so the non-Chinese exporters to China are going to be affected. Many, for example, consumer goods that on which we were relying for exporting to China. With the decline in the retail industry in China, for example, this is also, and then tourism, of course.
Now, Professor, we heard there Beijing still optimistic, and a lot of these slowdowns tied to the social distancing restrictions and the lockdowns in major cities. So what are the chances of a quick rebound for the Chinese economy?
Well, the chances are tied to the COVID success. China was very good in activating a massive vaccination campaign. However, the problem is that they are relying on not so effective vaccines. So with an efficacy rate of about 50%, it means it is as if half of the population is not vaccinated. I think it is important, given the interdependence of China and the West, to share more knowledge on how to produce their better vaccines, like our mRNA vaccines, for example, that would secure at least against the risk of too many severe cases. Otherwise, we can only rely on the summertime for helping.
All right. Guido Cozzi, macroeconomics professor at the University of St. Gallen. Thank you for joining the program.
You're welcome. Thank you.